The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
The silver mines, there's a kind-hearted woman. She's looking so fine, always taking care of her community, bringing folks together is her cup of tea. She's out on the road and all over the web with a big smiling heart. It's About Town Deb.
And welcome to this week's episode of About Town, well, City Talk with About Town Deb. I'm Debbie McCarthy, your host, and I'm so happy to be back at Wild River Grille in Reno, Nevada, one of our favorite places. Alicia here with the Children's Cancer Foundation. We've been here a lot hanging out.
We have been.
This is kind of like our home.
Mm-hmm,
I mean, even like probably about last year.
Yeah.
We've had many shows here and lots of fundraisers here. And Chuck Shapiro, you are like a rock star. Our community loves you. Loves you. You do know that, right?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I know. He's
we
very...
don't do that much.
No.
Yes.
Okay, don't let him fool you, because when you were asked to help out the arts, the kids, the
puppies,
doggies, the puppies, you were there.
Always saying yes.
So just saying, I know you're humble, and we love that you're humble, but your team is incredible. So we want to thank them. And we're going to have many other guests on. We're going to hold off on that. We wouldn't be here without our sponsors. One of our sponsors is Wild River Grille, GratisGives Processing, Rail City Casino Sparks, Holland Wrye, Plastic Surgeons, and the gals are going to be on. We're going to be talking about hair restoration. I actually have a lot of hair, but I have family members who are really worried about their hair. So I'm really excited to know, because I shouldn't even say it, but a family member, he doesn't like when I talk about him. He's really freaking out about being young and losing hair. So I'm excited about that. Surratt Law Practice as well. It has been a crazy busy week. And when we come back on the next break, we're going to be showing you a video of everything I've done. Our community's been rocking it. But before we even go there, let's tell us about what you guys have been doing. We partnered, all three of us together, for Natalia's Night. So I'm going to let you take over the interview.
All right.
Alicia.
So Natalia's Night was incredible. This was our 9th annual. We held it on the last Wednesday of September. Chuck, again, thank you so much for Wild River Grille partnering with us every single year for this fundraiser. Deb, thank you for all of your support. It was a fabulous year. Again, this was the 9th annual, and cumulatively, all the participating restaurants over 9 years just beat the $40,000 mark for this fundraiser, which is incredible. Yeah, and you guys are a huge part of that.
I think we've been doing it the entire 9 years.
Yes,
I think you probably have. Huh?
But yeah, we were asked way back in the beginning to do it, and you can't even think of a better cause or a better thing to contribute to. And I know a couple people personally who have benefited from what your organization does, and it's just you can't even describe what it means to some families. So. Congratulations to you guys for the great work that you do at that organization.
Yeah, it was an incredible event. Incredible. September was Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. The support from this community was outstanding, and Natalia's Night was just a great way to wrap it up. So I'm excited to share some numbers.
This is the check presentation. We have never done it live like this, so we're not going to look. You're going to put it up. We're going to show you what was raised, right?
Yep.
And
this check presentation is money raised here at Wild River Grille the night of the event, as well as what Deb helped us raise through wine sales and raffle tickets and all sorts of fun stuff. All of your donations that supported the event.
And the best part, it will be doubled.
It will be doubled
by the William and Pennington Foundation. I'm getting really good at saying that. I say it like all day, every day. I'm so honored and blessed to be able to say that. They're amazing. So, okay, let's do this. Okay. Put the check on.
Here's the big check.
I don't want to. I'm so excited. Don't tell us. You tell us.
$1,967.
Whoa! Thank you. So you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to up that to 2,000 right now. Just make it happen.
Just make it a nice round number.
I'm rounding it up. I will Venmo you or get you a check. It needs to be 2,000, which means 4,000.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because
with
it
the
will be
match.
doubled.
Yep.
Yes.
It will be double.
So I'm excited. So thank you, Chuck.
My pleasure.
And thank you, Crystal Basin Cellars,
Yes.
because Mike Owen, thanks to Mike, I do have my About Town Deb red blend, and we are going to be having a wine dinner here in November. So we truly are partnered together as together. We're one heart is my motto, my tagline.
Yeah.
And every bottle that you purchase online in the tasting room, because of the William N. Pennington Foundation, $2 will go to them till February 4th, 2022. So what else is happening?
It's been a crazy month. Like I said, September was wild. So we're kind of wrapping up all of the fundraising that happened. We had our charitable golf tournament in September.
That was fun.
We had our Dozers and Dirt event in September, which was the inaugural event for us, formerly the Big Dig. So that was a lot of fun. So this month we are recovering and wrapping up some numbers and looking forward to the holiday season. So the next thing is our Hope for the Holidays program.
So how can we be a part of that?
Yeah, so Hope for the Holidays is really an adopt a family program. So any family, business, any organization that wants to support a local childhood cancer family through the holidays, you can email us and let us know that you want to support. Give us your budget, and we will give you the shopping list, the wish list, if you will, for an entire family. So you're shopping for potentially our cancer kiddo, as well as siblings, mom and dad, and you're just playing Santa Claus. So you get to go shopping with your business or with your family or whoever it may be, gather all the toys, then bring it to our office. Families pick it up. It ends up under the tree, makes it a magical holiday season for these families. And we're excited.
So what's your website and how can we get a hold of you before we go to break?
Yes. So our website is nvchildrenscancer.org. And there is a contact us button on there. You can use that. Or our phone number is 775-825-0888.
Awesome. Chuck, thank you. Before our show's over, we're going to have Reno come back because we always highlight your fall drinks. And I've got some girls showing up over here from Holland Rye, and they love your drinks. So please, we'll have your team make us some fun new fall drinks on the menu. And
Sounds
thank
great.
you for being part of my world and our community.
Thank you for
You're
all the
welcome.
support.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. And Alicia, tell Shirley I love her. And I know she had a board meeting, so she couldn't be here, but our next time we're back, she will be here.
Yes.
Because she misses you too. So
Definitely.
thank you so much. We're going to take a quick break. About Town Deb City Talk. Be right back.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind. Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law Practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
That'll be $73.11.
Do you have a charity that I can donate up to?
You just did.
But I didn't select any option.
It happened just by using your credit card. We recently changed our payment processing to GratisGives, who not only saves our company a ton of money on processing fees, but also donates a portion of every purchase to a participating local nonprofit.
Why doesn't every business do that?
If they switch to GratisGives like we did, they can.
Achieve real social change by contacting GratisGives at 855-464-7284 or online at gratisgives.com.
After having my child, I was just thinking that I wanted to kind of get back to the size I was when I was breastfeeding. When I first came in, I didn't know if I wanted to go under or over, what size I wanted. I feel like they really took the time to educate me on all of my options. I've had a bunch of different questions. Paul himself has called and checked in with me. I was really expecting to be in a lot more pain than I was. It was a lot more pleasant than I was expecting it to be.
Don't miss all the fun and excitement at the new Rail City Casino. Play over 40 new hot penny slots, plus double down during the Party at the Pit Blackjack every Thursday through Saturday from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. And join us for Bingo After Dark every Thursday through Saturday night for your chance to win up to $1,000 cash. When you've worked up an appetite, visit the new Ale House for delicious specials to tantalize your taste buds. Visit the new Rail City Casino today. New slots, new games, and more chances to win.
They're going to bring me a baby brother! We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies, like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
Idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was fine.
the most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead, some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us.
She's out on the road and all over the web with a big smiling heart. It's About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town. This is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now, back to the show.
And welcome back to City Talk. I'm About Town Deb, Debbie McCarthy, your host. And as you can see, well, we are at Wild River Grille, Reno, Nevada. Usually we're outside, but it's a little nippy. The fall is in the air. And Hall and Wrye plastic surgeons in Reno, Nevada, they have been trying their best. And I'm a little tired, so I may not look my best. That's why I'm wearing a hat. Thank you. But we all have to, I just want to be real. Because people see me, and I saw this video. I'm random. I saw a video with a content creator, and she's like, "Look at me! I'm all these events, and I'm so happy and perky." And then you see when she's doing the video and editing, and then you come home and her house is a mess. I am that girl, just so you know. I would be embarrassed. I'm just being. If you were to, I've got laundry piled up. I've got papers all over. I've got. It's crazy. So I just want you to realize that we all, no matter what our job is, I think people need to understand that. You know, they see all of us professional people out there in the world and looking like we're perky, but we don't. When we go home, we go home and collapse. So I want to go home and collapse after this, but I need to learn a lot about hair restoration for my family and friends. Nana, my mom, she had very thinning hair. And my dad took her every single week to get her hair done because she just didn't want to have the bald spots showing. And she wore wigs and she was very sensitive about it. So I'm so glad to be learning that there's ways that we can learn more about it. So I hope we're going to see the video, right?
Yes, we are.
We're going to see the video of my crazy week, why I'm looking like this.
And you're lucky you still had hair after that crazy week.
I know.
Right?
I actually have pretty thick hair. I'm lucky about that. But when you see, we're talking Italian festival, we're talking Barktoberfest at the summit, we're talking all kinds of stuff. And when you see it, you will see why I had a crazy week. So enjoy the video. And we'll be right back. Okay. Oh my gosh. What did you think?
That was a busy week. Yeah.
Was there a lot of? There was grape stomping. I judged. You've been to the Italian festival?
I've been to the Italian festival, but I've never done the grape stomping.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna get your team in next year. your gals need to be in there.
Yeah. We do.
I'm gonna get you in. You should have been in there this time.
There's got to be something good about stomping on grapes. It's got to be good for your skin.
There was a photo in there with grapes all over my face. It was like pretty bad, and it was bad. But there also was Barktoberfest. I know you guys love doggies.
Yes.
It was at the summit, and Noble Pie had asked me to partner. We poured wine there. Dulce Vita Health and Wellness Spa. They had a grand opening. Poured wine there. Before that, the Museum of Art had a wine and art, poured wine there. So I've spent a lot of time.
Poured wine with us last?
Poured wine there. We've been a busy bee. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to get down to business. So before, I'm going to let you introduce Amber and tell us why I know she's special and what she does.
Special.
She is, and I'm really excited to learn more about this. So I'm going to let you take it over.
So
Tracy.
A lot of folks don't realize that we've been doing hair restoration at Wrye for about 15 years.
To not know that.
I know, right? It's so about 15 years we've been doing that because, as you know, we take a holistic approach to the treating the entire individual and what's bothering them. And so we've actually been doing it for quite some time. It has changed quite a bit. There used to be maybe one or two options for treating hair loss. And most of the time it was a little bit more invasive than what most folks would like to do.
Yes.
So
you talking like hair plugs?
Well,
is that like
they used to call
but they weren't really plugs.
But they looked like it.
Okay.
So that's where that name came from.
I'm just saying, that's what I've heard.
And Amber, we were lucky. Amber joined our team about almost 3 years ago now. Yeah. So Amber joined our team, and Amber is a hair restoration and laser technician. So she's been in this industry for a long time, very knowledgeable about all of. There's so many different reasons that cause hair loss.
Is stress one of them?
Stress is one of the number one.
Really?
And it's actually cortisol. Your cortisol levels go up with stress, and cortisol causes hair loss. So you had that week, and the fact that your hair didn't fall out, that's pretty good.
I do have to say, I think when I went like this a few times, it came out. Yeah. And I know that after I had my child, I lost a lot. About every 5 years, I seem to lose a lot of hair. It's weird. It just happens.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But when you do this, like you just did, and hair will come out. We lose between 25 and 100 hairs a day.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
I know. I'm trying to replay.
I know. We're sticking it back.
Pull it out and put it back in. And Amber and I talk about this nonstop. We talk about this every day. But in the other reason you were talking about pregnancy, and that can cause hair loss, it's a hormonal imbalance.
Right. That I totally agree with.
Changes for women in progesterone levels can cause hair loss. And sometimes the hair loss is permanent. So you and I were talking a little bit earlier about family members. It's always, I have a question about a family member.
Mm-hmm. I know.
But what we forget, or what most people don't even realize, is that for hair loss, we think of it as a male issue, right? It's men concerned about balding, when actually about 70% of women will experience pretty excessive hair loss by the age of 70.
And some earlier.
Right. Some earlier. So for men start losing hair. Generally, they can start as early as age 21.
But you know what's not fair? A guy loses, they just shave their head and look great.
And they look great.
What the heck?
They look great.
I mean, we can shave our head too.
I know, and we can. I'm just saying, I kind of like my hair, but you know,
it's not,
but you can.
Not ideal.
Not a good look.
But at 20, it just seems so odd that because I think my person I'm talking about was probably like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And I see that a lot with young men. Is it like more common now?
Definitely.
Is it like the environment? Is it
the leading cause of baldness in men is hereditary. Mm-hmm. So it's genetics. So I think all of us used to hear, well, it's only on your mom's side. If your mom,
I have heard
dad
that.
lost his hair, then you may lose your hair. But actually, it's not the case. It could be on either side. And by age 50, for most men, 80% of men by age 50 have some hair loss.
There's very few that are at like 60s, 70s that have a full head of hair.
Right.
They're like, it's thinning.
It is
or
thinning.
bald.
It is thinning.
Well, thank
So
goodness.
there are things that you
We
can
don't.
do, but we thought we'd talk a little bit, kind of take you through some of the things that can cause hair loss that we don't think about, that are preventable or
That's
can
what I was
be
going to say, that we
treatable.
could work on that.
You can work on it. But if it's your genetics, it's a no-go. You can't work on that. But there are ways that we can give you a head of hair back, but it requires a little bit more. But if
I would
it's
think so.
genetics, it is what it is.
You would be able to tell that. I'm sure there's testing
Yes,
to know.
of course.
Like if somebody came in, you said, you know what, I really wish I could tell you, but yours is genetic. And
yes.
this is what we can do.
Yes,
Or
and you
this
can
is-
tell. Amber's really good at this. You can tell by the pattern,
right?
Whether
Oh,
it's
you mean on their head?
whether it's hereditary or not.
So you can look at them right away and go, okay, this is going to be tough.
Usually, I mean, because I've been doing it so long, so normally I can just take a look and I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do for you.
Okay, well, it is almost that time for break. And during the break, we're going to have Reno and the crew make you guys one of their new fall drinks. And then we're going to come back and Amber, I know, but Amber, I want you to just, put it out on the table for us, because I really know there's questions that people are embarrassed to ask, or they are having a hair loss and they just don't want to talk about it. Right. It's embarrassing. I'm lucky that I have a lot of hair. I have a thick hair, but I would, I know that I have family members who don't, and the self-esteem is really tough.
It can be really tough.
And
on
we
your
don't, we want them to know call Hall and Wrye, make an appointment. They will help you through those questions, and we'll make a difference. So we're going to take a quick break. We are at Wild River Grille, City Talk with About 10 Deb. Be right back.
After having my child, I was just thinking that I wanted to kind of get back to the size I was when I was breastfeeding. When I first came in, I didn't know if I wanted to go under or over, what size I wanted. I feel like they really took the time to educate me on all of my options. I've had a bunch of different questions. Hall himself has called and checked in with me. I was really expecting to be in a lot more pain than I was. It was a lot more pleasant than I was expecting it to be.
That'll be $73.11.
Do you have a charity that I can donate up to?
You just did.
But I didn't select any option.
It happened just by using your credit card. We recently changed our payment processing to GratisGives, who not only saves our company a ton of money on processing fees, but also donates a portion of every purchase to a participating local nonprofit.
Why doesn't every business do that?
If they switch to GratisGives like we did, they can.
Achieve real social change by contacting GratisGives at 855-464-7284 or online at gratisgives.com.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m. and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
That's what she said. Come on, let's have some fun with About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town. This is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to City Talk. We are at Wild River Grille. I'm with the Holland Wrye plastic surgeon teams in Reno, Nevada. They've been working really hard month after month. And I did my after photos. I think there's a few more little things we might touch up. But I'm just going to go off course for a moment. You guys had a party.
We did.
We talked. I had brought some wine. You guys had some wine. I was amazed at what I learned. I had no idea. You were talking the lips.
Yeah.
So you have a new product. So just quickly, let's tell me about the product because it was amazing.
So it's actually a new product in the United States.
Yeah.
It's been in Europe for quite some time, but it's a new filler and it's for dynamic lines. So it's more of a natural look.
Oh, it's amazing.
And I think you saw that a little bit.
I was watching it up close and I was in awe. Like all of us there were we were thinking it was incredible. Like you saw instant results. It looked natural.
You see instant results and people are either freaked out by the procedure or
It
they're
looks
amazed
funky.
by the procedure.
Hold on. We're taking a breather. What do we got here?
I made 3 regular and then 1 virgin. So
Here's our virgin. So as you know, Wild River Grille will do mocktails. I think that's the new word.
Mocktails.
So what is this one again?
So this is normally made with a ginger liqueur, and then it comes with some apple cider and lemon juice in there.
Okay.
For you, I've just done apple cider with some lemon juice and a little sugar.
Okay.
Here is our honey cardamom old fashioned.
Is that vodka?
This one has bourbon.
You want?
I'm not picky.
Okay. Then that's yours.
So that's got bourbon, honey cardamom, simple syrup, and a tart cherry juice in there.
Ooh.
It's finished with a couple dashes of orange bitters. Here we have vodka. So this is Grey Goose Pear.
You can switch wherever you want. Let's put them up here just so we can show. We got one more that we're going to share. These are new fall cocktails on the menu, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
It's pretty.
So this is pear spice with star anise, cinnamon, and clove simple syrup.
Love fall.
You're going to like it. Okay, this one looks beautiful. What is this?
This one is Orange Glad It's Fall.
Let's say it again.
Orange Glad It's Fall.
Oh, Orange Glad It's Fall. Yes, I love fall.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells yummy.
That's got a rum, some lime juice, and then it has that fall spice.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. We love you guys. Let's do a cheers to Wild River Grille, the new fall menu. Yes. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Okay. We could sidetrack, but that's okay because we love our community. This is
really
good too.
good.
This is really
That's
good. And yours is amazing.
Ooh. Okay, well, now sip.
Take another sip. Stir that cinnamon stick up.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
amazing.
Right, so you were asking about the event last week, and that it had to do with a new designer filler out of Europe. It's by a company called Revance, and they have a line, RHA. It's 2, 3, and 4 are FDA approved in the U.S. I know. Where's 1 and 5? It's coming.
It's okay.
It's coming. But it's a little bit more superficial filler, and it integrates with the tissue, so it looks very natural. So everybody has seen, and I see it now in you because we've trained you. You can now tell too when you go somewhere and somebody's face doesn't move.
I can tell. I can totally tell. And you don't want that. You want it to be natural.
Nobody wants that. So with these new designer fillers, they integrate into the tissue so they move with your facial expressions, right? So it doesn't look so, get the duck lip.
We don't want a duck.
Yeah,
listen, I don't want any duck. I just think that's just not good.
You want a natural. You just want to age gracefully, and you want to look as good as you feel. Right?
I agree.
Because we really are doing quite well in our 50s and 60s and 70s, and so we want to look. She's much younger.
I can tell.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm in the 60 range, guys. So just so you know, I'm being out there. And another thing, since I've started, I remember when I very first started the hashtag unfiltered.
Yes.
I filtered every single photo, and I'm just being honest. Yeah. I use portrait every now and then, which is kind of a filter, but I don't I want to
You don't
say,
filter now.
I want to say, honestly, within 6-9 months, I probably have actually gone into one of those apps and I look and go, ugh, and I don't like it.
Right.
So I have been,
because we at Holly Rye, it's life without filters.
and
right?
I've been
It's about
unfiltering.
natural beauty.
Yeah. So it's working. I just want to tell you, I
look
am
great.
Thank you.
You look
And
really
I'm just very grateful to be able to have the right products and love to use the products. So I know we went off there because you're going to have another one, I'm sure, within the next
November 18th.
Okay, there you go.
This is our big holiday.
Okay, well, we're going to shout out for that because if you missed this other one, you need to go because I will make sure there's more about. We ran out of my About Town Dead wine.
The wine was
flowing,
outstanding.
But we ran out of it.
We did.
We're not gonna have that happen. So anyway, so let's go back to I'm gonna give the mic back to Tracy, and she's gonna talk to Amber because she's the expert on this, and let's talk about this hair restoration a little bit deeper.
So Amber and I are really passionate about this. We naturally have very curly hair. So today we've got both of us are wearing our hair very straight. And it's a little bit of an example of some of the things that can cause hair loss in women. We know we have hair loss in men, right?
Yeah.
And we know that a lot of gentlemen are very self-conscious about this. I personally think bald on men looks really great.
I love bald. I really do. I love, sorry out there, I really do. If you're bald, you got a point
unless
with
you
me.
have a really strange shaped head.
Oh, that happens every now.
That does happen every now and then.
Being
But for
out
a lot of men, it is a self-esteem issue, and there are a lot of things that we can do about that.
Right.
What we're seeing more and more, and this has always been the case, but women haven't come in for treatment in the past because they're embarrassed.
Yes.
And what you see now is a lot of processing with hair. So we've both straightened our hair today, and that is something that we would not want to do a lot of. Because that could cause hair loss.
And normally you have your hair curly.
Normally I have my hair curly, and normally she has her hair curly.
I know. I'm like, what?
I put aloe in it.
Yeah. If you go out to our website, you would see us both with very curly hair. But when you do this and you are not being gentle with your hair, so all of these products that we put on our hair, or a lot of women with curly hair might do what they call a Brazilian straightening method. That's really hard on your hair. It breaks your hair and it can cause you to lose hair. So one of the things we recommend for women is we really don't recommend that you even wash your hair more than 2 times a week. And I know a lot of them are like,
so hard to do.
I know, but it is the right thing to do for your hair because you're taking all of the natural oils and the natural moisture out of your hair. And we live in a very dry climate. So what Amber sees a lot of, and when the women come in, tell us a little bit about like when we see that male pattern baldness is very different than female pattern baldness. So where with women we kind of see an overall slow, gradual loss, but she sees it immediately. Where do you normally see it?
So a lot of times it's either the temple or the crown. You just start to see
For women or men? For women. Like
for women, yeah.
Here.
So the crown is the back portion of the scalp, and then you always see it come to the front to the temples.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of women come in, and they're like, "What can I do? Where can I go? What can I do? Product-wise, non-product, vitamins." We have different ways to help with hair because, of course, of us dyeing our hair, straightening our hair. Yeah, I mean, the heat, the cold. I mean, everything that we put in our hair has an effect of our hair and the issues that we have with hair loss.
Yeah.
So,
and it's happening, and women, stress is a big contributor,
Huge.
right? Hormone imbalances are a big contributor. And we've probably never had it so good as we do in our society now, but we've never had it so stressful. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah,
when
you say it like that, that's true.
Our cortisol levels are really high, and cortisol is a big culprit for hair loss. But for women, the vast majority of it really is hereditary.
Right.
It's just in the past we had options that men didn't. We could put a wig on, we could put extensions in, we could do a hair piece, we could do some things and that's what our moms did. That's what our grandmothers did.
Yeah.
Right? But we don't necessarily have to do that anymore. We have options, and we could take a completely different approach. Now, there are some things that we can't do anything about. We're going to talk a little bit about that. There are some conditions, and if you come in, we may ask you to get a blood panel, we may ask you to get a hormone panel.
Because that's how you would find out.
So there are some things. Amber, let's talk about them a little bit.
So, I mean, alopecia is a huge effect that I have. A lot of the women that come in.
What is that?
So, alopecia is a type of where you can go
an
through
autoimmune disorder.
Yes.
Okay.
So, there's different types of it. There's different stages, different types. Doing the blood work is huge because then you can find out which stage you're at. Because there's alopecia where you can fix it, and then there's alopecia where you cannot. There's no growth back. So then, of course, you're losing your hair and you're wondering why. With a lot of the women that come through, stress, just like we were talking about, stress is huge. Number one of the alopecias is cause of stress. Thyroid issues, surgeries. I mean, it's
cancer,
numbers.
chemotherapy.
Yeah, chemotherapy, of course.
Radiation. Anemia.
Yeah.
These are the things that we would want to know about.
Right.
Your history.
Postmenopausal women or menopausal women, progesterone.
Right.
So
I think that's when I was going through that, it's when I lost the most hair.
Yeah.
That was when it was really just.
It was coming out probably in clumps.
Yeah, it was.
It
was
a lot.
during that time.
Those are conditions that we would need to know right away so that we could we need to treat that medically first before we could do anything with doing some other treatments for hair loss. And when we go into the next segment, we're going to talk a lot about a multi-tiered approach to hair restoration. Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to take another break. When we come back, I'm going to let you guys continue talking because you guys are the experts. I just want to learn so I can share with other people because I know if you're out there listening, you want to know everything that we all want to know. So hang tight. It's City Talk with About Town Deb. Be right back.
Don't miss all the fun and excitement at the new Rail City Casino. Play over 40 new hot penny slots, plus double down during the Party at the Pit Blackjack every Thursday through Saturday from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. And join us for Bingo After Dark every Thursday through Saturday night for your chance to win up to $1,000 cash. When you've worked up an appetite, visit the new Ale House for delicious specials to tantalize your taste buds. Visit the new Rail City Casino today. New slots, new games, and more chances to win.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. And they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Now more than ever, family matters, and Surratt Law Practice has your family in mind.
Kimberly Surratt and her team have been helping maintain healthy families through their holistic approach to adoption and surrogacy, child custody, estate planning, and more for over 13 years. Your family law concerns are in caring hands with Surratt Law. Schedule your private consultation with a compassionate Surratt Law practice team member today by calling 775-636-8200 or visiting lawyersforfamilies.com. Surratt Law, where family matters.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Help from her toes to her head. Just give her a shout. Call About Town Deb.
My town, your town, or any town. This is About Town Deb presents City Talk. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to City Talk. I'm About Town Deb. I am here with one of my show sponsors, Wrye Plastic Surgeons, Reno, Nevada. We have Tracy and we have Amber here, and we're learning all about hair restoration, which is a big topic nowadays with our world so crazy. But before we go to that, I always do a quote, and I don't want to leave a quote out because right now, Tracy is one of these people that this quote's about, and it always works out. And Courtney and many other people. Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. Oprah Winfrey. So I'm saying to you out there, I'm grateful for my family, friends, and team for always lifting me up. Please share. I want you to please share with somebody and tell them thank you, because I think that we all just take for granted and we just go about our busy days. Sometimes say, hey, you know what? Thank you for being there. Thank you for that compliment, or thank you for telling me I'm not going crazy.
The only reason to be on the planet is for the relationships.
Right. But sometimes you just gotta go, you know what? You just gotta stop and, look around you and be aware of the people around you. So I love that I'm surrounded by amazing people, even when I'm having a crazy week. And Grandma being at Glenda, there's your shout out. So now I've got all that done. We're gonna go back. So Tracy, I'm gonna let you guys talk because there's too much information. It's all you.
There is a lot.
I know. I'm letting you.
The approach is very different now. One of the things that we really did want to get out there, though, that people may not realize when we were talking earlier about prevention before we start going into the multi-tiered approach, is that if you are smoking,
I don't smoke.
There's a couple of studies out now that do show that there is a correlation because it's a vascular restrictor, right? So your blood flow, and that means blood flow to your hair, is also compromised. If you're smoking, you may want to consider not doing that if you are experiencing hair loss. Sunlight. We live up in northern Nevada. So when you're out in the sun, or ultraviolet rays, which could be a lot of what we get in an office building too, you want to protect your hair. There are some sprays that you can use for that, sunscreen sprays. But if you're outside, you really do want to have a hat on.
Right.
Like your beautiful hat.
I wear lots of hats. I love hats.
And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We're very involved with breast cancer awareness. And if you are experiencing that due to chemotherapy, you do want to ask your doctor about a cooling cap. It really does help. And I think the American Cancer Society helps out a little bit with that. So if you're experiencing that, you may want to talk to your doctor.
I don't even know what that is.
I know. A lot of people don't. And that's the problem. But it can help. Yes. It can help. Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit now about a multi-tiered approach to hair loss. And this works for both men and women. So the big thing now in the news is about gut health, right? Everybody wants to do prebiotics and probiotics, right? Okay.
I need the gut health. Yeah.
It works with your hair too.
Okay.
So we take an approach where we've ruled out medical issues and we're dealing with just a hereditary issue or
a food issue.
It can be nutrition. Nutrition's a big one. If we've ruled those things out, then we start with supplementation. And a couple of things that we do with the supplementation is you do want to get on a really good prebiotic or probiotic.
Okay.
We do offer that, but any good prebiotic, probiotic would be helpful. Then we do a supplementation therapy where we are doing things that are specific to follicle health. And there's different types of supplements that do that.
Okay.
And then we go with an overall supplementation. So things that are really good for your hair would be all of your B vitamins, your biotin,
Right.
Iron.
Is D good?
D is great.
Right.
Everybody
D is really popular.
in Northern Nevada should
D
be
is
taking
real
vitamin D.
popular right now. Like everybody's talking about it.
Well, everyone here, most everybody here, probably 70% of the population is D deficient.
Okay.
So you need all of those things before you even start with everything else.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that we work in is laser light therapy. So lasers, now these are sometimes you've seen the caps. I'll let you talk a little bit more about that.
I mean, there's different types. One of the main types is capillas. So you put it on top of your head. It helps with the therapy on the top of the scalp. It helps with motivating that blood flow. It helps motivating the actual follicle itself. So then it helps with that growth and stimulates the actual follicle. So then you have that option and ability to be able to do other things like we have lasers and we have microneedling and we have the actual procedures that you can do. So that definitely is a huge part to start something, to get your blood flow and everything going.
So, and that's like a 15-minute a day cap that can be worn at home.
Oh, okay.
And it's a low-level laser. The next thing that we might look at is we might look at a growth serum, and there's lots of ways that this can be applied. There is a higher grade of a growth serum. We're talking stem cells.
Yes.
So
that's
really what
it's
it's
huge.
about. It's huge.
And
there are different ways that we can apply this. This is something we really like to do in our office.
Okay.
It can be done. We can develop microchannels in the scalp using a laser, and I know it sounds painful, but it's really not.
No.
Or
well, if you say it's not, then I know it's not.
I know, because I'm a big baby.
She's a win. We all know that.
It's true. It's very true.
It is true.
I own it.
I know. I own it too.
So it's not it might be a little bit uncomfortable. It's not painful.
Okay.
And there's no downtime. But then what we do is we apply a growth serum to that. The reason we prefer growth serums, because they are stem cells, over traditional PRP is because traditional PRP would be I might take it. Okay, let's talk about me. I'm old. So I don't really want to use my own platelets and my own growth factors. I want to use something nice and fresh, right?
Yeah, you want young ones. Yeah.
I want young ones.
Yeah, I get that.
So we don't do a lot of PRP in our office. We tend to use growth serums specific to stimulating follicles. Okay. And that can be done a lot of different ways. Lasers, it's, what would you say, 4 to 7 treatments, 4 to 6 treatments?
Probably 4 to 6. If you're wanting some type of maintenance, going a year afterwards, you can do 1 to 2 times a year after that, once you have your base set.
Okay.
And we see an 81% increase in hair growth with that.
Yes.
That's
That's
incredible.
a non-invasive procedure.
That's perfect.
It's perfect for women because the next procedure we're going to talk about, a lot of women don't want to do.
Okay, let's talk about that because we're going to get close to the 2-minute mark.
All right.
So talk about that.
So with procedures, there is the typical of an FUE or FUT, which is...
Okay, explain what that is because I don't know what that means.
So follicular unit extraction is a procedure, a newer procedure that is done with a machine.
Okay.
That extracts, let's say, every 3rd or 4th hair follicle.
Right.
Okay. And then those grafts, we call that a graft, those grafts are then retransplanted into the area of concern. Okay. And it takes immediately.
Right.
It takes immediately. It has, we only lose maybe 3 to 5% of those grafts.
That's pretty cool.
But we take it usually from the back of the head because this area for men and women is the healthiest.
Okay.
We consider
it do
it
this
donor.
all over. Yeah. We can do this on eyebrows too.
Oh, you know what? There's a lot of people with the eyebrow issue.
Eyebrows and eyelashes. Yes. We don't do it on
eyelashes,
but we can do it on beards and we can do it on eyebrows.
Okay, I like that.
And here's the really cool thing.
What's the really cool thing?
It's the same hair. The hair on the back of your head.
Oh,
for eyebrows.
Oh, I
and
love
we think,
it.
oh my God, it's going to grow. Like I got to clip my eyebrows.
No,
it doesn't.
Oh, I love it.
So the human body's so amazing that your genetics, your genome will actually tell this hair to only grow to the length it's supposed to.
Yes.
So we're getting close to the end.
Yes.
And we might just do like a follow-up separate segment that's not the show, where I could come in and we could go into more depth, where we will show you a segment. It'll be on social media, it'll be on YouTube, but it'll just be just a segment, because there's so much more to this.
There's so much more.
So we're going to do that before the holidays. I really need to know more. So what's your website and how do we get a hold of you?
It's hollandrye.com.
Okay.
And is spelled out, and Rye is spelled W-R-Y-E. So all of the information is out on our website.
And so my newsletter that just went out today, which you'll see it. We're sharing, you have a link on your website with my journey. So I'm like out there with real life showing my procedures.
It's very, it's brave and it's unfiltered and it's
But
awesome.
I'm saying I haven't, like, I just, Courtney just showed it to me. I'm like, I didn't even know it was there.
You didn't know it was there?
No, this whole time.
It's a yellow brick road.
I would have been sharing it this whole time if I knew. So now I'm sharing it. But I do want to invite both of you and your team. October 22nd, which is a Friday night, I will be launching my About Town Deb red wine and crystal bases. I think it's a Sangiovese. We are going to be at Tamarack, the steakhouse.
I will be there.
And it's a free, it's a complimentary. And if you buy a bottle there, no corkage fee, you could have dinner at the steakhouse. You could be in the lounge. I'm really excited. And we also on the newsletter, it shows all the new places. The Row is next. We have, we'll be in Chin Chin, Lestrada, and Roxy's.
All my favorites.
I know. So I'm so excited. So About Town Deb is moving it up. But I really, before the show ends, I want to say thank you. I really, seriously, I went from this many products to this many, and I'm also weaned off one or two of them. So it's really gotten pretty simple. I'm like, boom, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, I'm done and out the door. And I don't really wear a lot of makeup. I love it. I love my sunscreen that's tinted. That's basically, I wear that with a little bit of blush, a little bit of mascara, and I'm good to go.
You look great.
But thank you. And I thank you, because seriously, it is, I'm just going to tell you, it has been a rough week, but next week's going to be better. We are going to be at Tamarack next week with Getaway Reno Tahoe. They have a new amazing digital app that's coming out for culinary experience. It's going to be fun. Yeah. So we're going to have them, and we'll be at the Tamarack. And the biggest little fashion truck will be there Tuesday. So I'm going to be at Tamarack Tuesday and Tamarack Friday. So next week is a Tamarack week.
Yeah.
So we